I'm Jennifer and I'm so happy you're here today because today I'm going to be making my very most favorite recipe of fall. Every year in the fall, I always make a wonderful 2-ingredient, super simple pumpkin bread. I make this pumpkin bread every year. Sometimes I make it into a loaf or muffins, but every year I make it, and I make it multiple times throughout the entire season, clear through Thanksgiving. It is so easy and so delicious, and you won't believe how simple it is to put together. It only takes just a couple of minutes, but nobody knows it only has 2 ingredients. Before we put our recipe together, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to use my Nordic Ware loaf pan. It has a beautiful pumpkin design on the back. So when I turn it out, the top will have a beautiful pumpkin design. We only need 2 ingredients for this wonderful pumpkin bread. We'll need a spice cake mix and 1 can of pumpkin puree. I'll have the recipe listed below so you can easily make this 2-ingredient pumpkin bread. I have about a tablespoon of butter in a little bowl. I'm going to heat it in the microwave, and then I'll paint the inside with a silicone brush. I don't like to use sprays in my nice bakeware, so I'm just going to use this melted butter, and it works really, really well. It gets in all of the little crevices and all of the little places in this loaf pan so that nothing sticks when I go to turn it out. And it doesn't mess up the design because it has really, really nice flow right down into every little piece. It makes it so easy when I go to wash it as well. It washes up without any effort. For this recipe, I always put the cake mix on the bottom. I don't want to put it up on top because then when I go to try to start mixing it, it'll start getting into a big cloud, and I don't want it to go all over my kitchen. Now I'm going to put the pumpkin puree. Now this is not pumpkin pie filling mix. This is just pure pumpkin. I'm going to put it right on top of the cake mix. You can stir this by hand. You can use your stand mixer or your hand mixer. This is my favorite go-to fall recipe. I make it every year. It's super easy and it always gets me right in the mood for fall. Go ahead and put your mixer on low. You don't want to throw that cake mix around. Now that we have our cake mix and our pumpkin puree mixed up, we're going to start putting this into our loaf pan. Now, since this has a design in it, I'm going to put just a little bit, and then I'm going to press it in with my spatula because this is a really thick mix, and I want to make sure that it gets down into all of the little decorative places in my pan. If you have a regular loaf pan, you don't have to do this. You can just pour it on in there and then just smooth it nice and flat across the top. Now I'll pour in the rest. Our oven is preheated to 350. It's time to get our pumpkin bread in the oven. We'll bake this until a toothpick comes out clean. The pumpkin bread just came out of the oven and it smells absolutely amazing. I'm going to let it cool before I take it out of the pan. And here's how the wonderful pumpkin bread turned out. As you can see, all of the detail and the little pine cones and the pumpkins and the little acorns, it all came out so nicely because I buttered our dish. And the dish came out so clean as well. It'll wash up very easily. I am so happy you were here today, and I really hope you put this recipe together yourself. The 2 ingredients just combine in a second and you put it in the oven. It makes the most delicious pumpkin bread or muffins. It's soft and fluffy. You're just gonna love it. So I hope you give it a try. I know you'll be really happy when you do. I would be so happy if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.